So in today's lecture, we will be talking about Unit 1 is about concepts and basics of C++ programming. Specifically, in today's lecture, we will study about how to read input and output and how do we create class and object. Okay, so these 2 points we will try to cover in today's lecture. First one, how to read input and output. In C programming, how do we read input and output? We use scanf and we use printf statements, right? In C programming, we use these two statements, scanf and printf. This is to read the input and this is to print the output. So since the syntax and semantics has changed here in C++, we use two different functions. Okay, so in C++, instead of scanf, we will be using cin, and instead of printf, we will be using cout, right? But before we go and understand about this cin and cout functions, we should study the very important concept of header files, right? So I hope you are aware of header files in C programming. We have some header files like stdio.h, math.h, conio.h, and so on. Like that, in C++ also we have some header files. Okay, so we will dwell into the concept. Let's see. So what are the basic input and output in C++? Before that, we will study about some input streams. Okay, so C++ is full of libraries, okay, which will help us in doing this input and output operations, right? Here in C++, actually the input and output is nothing but a sequence of bytes. Okay, if you understand logically, if I am entering age of a student 28, what is this? This 28 is an integer number. This is converted into hexadecimal form and binary form, right? It is stored in binary form. Okay, so it is converted to binary. In binary, we know 8 bits is equal to 1 byte. So indirectly, the input 28 is nothing but a sequence of bytes, or even the text, the plain text, right? Like hello, good evening. If I say this, right? If I say this, everything is a character. Character occupies 1 byte. So this is 1 byte. This is 1 byte. 1 byte. So this commonly, this input and output is called as stream. It is called as stream. Okay, so we have input stream, output stream. Okay, so understand the difference between input stream and output stream. Stream is nothing but a sequence of bytes. Okay, sequence of bytes is called as stream. So we have two different input and output. If the direction of flow of bytes is from the device to the main memory, then it is called input. From keyboard to memory, if it is going, then that is input stream. And if the direction is reverse, like from main memory to device, like display device, this is called output. Okay, so we have two different streams, input and output. Next, now what are the header files in C++? So in C, stdio, standard input output.h, we have conio.h, then we have math.h. Like this, we have so many string.h, so on. We have so many header files there. But the basic header file for input and output is IO stream. Okay, the first and very important header file is IO stream. Like in C programming, we use stdio.h by default for every program. Same way, we use IO stream for every program in C++, because without any input and output statements, I will not be having any program. So definitely IO stream.h. Okay, IO stream is an mandatory header file. But in C++, we will not be using .h. We will write hash include IO stream. Okay, we will be writing just IO stream like this. Okay, dot H is not required here. What is IO stream? It stands for input output stream, standard input output stream. This is used for some functions like C in, C out. Okay, so what is C in, C out? These two are the input and output statements. We'll see how to do that. Okay, then the second header file is IO manip. IO manip means IO manipulators, input output manipulators. If you remember in C programming, to print, if I am printing something like this, hello, I want 3-4 spaces here, we can give this way, right? I think if you might have solved percentile 3D, like this we used to give. Percentile 3D means print the number after 3 spaces, right? So these kind of manipulators, what you do in the stream, either input or output stream, when you use such manipulators, we have to use IO manip as the function. Okay, so this contains set W, set precision, etc. We will explore them all in detail as our unit progresses. The third one is F stream. So we have the concept of files. I have to talk about this F stream here. Let me take some free space. So F stream. See, generally when you write a C program or a C++ program, what you do, you write some set of instructions. When you execute this, you are giving input 10 and 20, for example. Assume this is addition of two numbers program. It will give you 30. Once this is over, you want to try with two other numbers. Then what will you do? Again, you will execute, compile the, run the program. When you run the program, this particular input 10, 20 and 30 which you tested will be lost. Okay, this is called buffer. From the buffer, from the black screen which you see when you execute the program, this number will be erased. Okay, and from where am I taking the input? Input I am taking manually. From the keyboard I am typing the input in the here, and it is giving me the outputs. Once the program is successfully over, it will be erased, the buffer will be cleared. Second time when you run the program, you do not know what inputs you gave and what output you got. This is a simple one, you might remember, but if you have done a lengthy calculation, you will not know what was the input and what is the output, right? For that reason, we have the concept of files. We have something called files. I do not know whether we have studied that in C programming or not. Files. Files actually, to when you read the input, you can read the input from a file and store the result back in the file. Okay, it's kind of a database, I would say, because in database you read the input and you you again update the data in the database again. Same way, you in a Word document or in a text document, you can load the input. Your program will automatically take the input from the file, execute it, and store the result back in the file, which is permanent. Okay, when you run the program in the through buffer, that output is temporary. Once you execute, it is lost. But when you do it using files, same addition of two numbers program, if you do using files, that particular input and output will be saved permanently in your hard disk, your secondary storage. Okay, so that is about F files. So here we have to use F stream for doing such kind of operations. And the last one is bits/std C++. Okay, so instead of using all these three, you can even use this. You have to write IO hash include. You can give bits/std C++, like this. You can give the header file. Actually, this is a kind of very upper layer or maybe superset of header files. This bits/std C++ includes all these header files. It includes all these header files in that. Okay, but it is not encouraged much to use this because it will load all the header files. Why we need F stream and all other functions when you want to do a small printing operation? Okay, so that is about the header files what we have in C++. But here there is one challenge in C++. Actually, when you are using this IO stream for input output, you have to use std this : this for every every statement, for any single printf or any addition of two numbers, whatever you do, okay, you have to always use std and like this 4 dots, 2 colons you have to give. Then you have to write cout hello, like this you have to give. So to avoid using this always in every line, we have to just write one statement using namespace std as it is, like this, using space namespace space std and then semicolon. I will show you some example problems, you understand it much better. Okay, why we are using that? Because every header file is inside this namespace std. Okay, if you don't want to use this, you have to write like this std always, for every line you have to give. So don't get confused when you are reading some C++ program from internet source. They might write cout like this std colon colon cout hi. They might do it like this. So if you write include this statement using namespace std, if you are using, then this is not required. This part is not required. Okay, so quickly let's recall what we have seen now. We have seen about the input and output streams. So we have input stream, output stream, basic thing, and then header files. 4 different header files, out of which the very important one is IO stream. It includes all the standard input and output files. And then we have also seen that using namespace std is mandatory for every program, so that you can avoid using this std double colon. Okay, let's see how do we read input in C++. Okay, how do we read input in C++? So we use the function name as cin. Like in C programming, we have scanf, right? Same like scanf, we use cin. cin. Okay, it is available in iostream.h or iostream header file, right? It is used to accept the input from the keyboard. Okay, so how do we use this? We have to use the extraction operator. You have to use the extraction operator. This is called extraction operator. Double greater than symbol. Double greater than symbol. Okay, or I will say left shift operator. Left shift operator in C programming. Okay, so that is called as extraction operator in C++. So we have to use this along with the object cin. Okay, so let's see an example. See how we are trying to write a small program of reading a string and trying to print it. See here, I wrote hash include IO stream. I included using namespace std int main, unlike our C, same as our C programming, flower bracket. I declared a variable string yes. See, in C++ we have string data type, whereas in C we do not have it. For C, we have to always give char ch of some 30, some 40 like this. But in C++, you can directly declare string yes. Then C, cin. See, I am writing cin, the extraction operator, and I am giving the variable name yes. Okay, and then here cout is there, cout. Cout, this is insertion operation and the variable yes. Okay, this is a simple example to read a string. To this is to declare a string variable, this is to read the string, and this is to print the string. I hope you understood how to use cin function. Next, like in C programming, using scanf, generally you will be reading multiple variables, no? %d, %f, %d, like this you can read ampersand a, ampersand b, ampersand c. You can read multiple values in a single scanf statement. Same thing can be done here in C++. You can write cin name, then again age, then again roll number. Like this, you can read multiple inputs in a single line. This is not capital, it is small c. C++ is case sensitive language. You have to write in small case like I have written here. Okay, so we can read multiple inputs like this. So when you execute the program, once you enter the name, you can press enter or give space. Anything is fine, like you do in C programming. Okay, so this is about cin function. Let's see about cout. Okay, printing output in C++ using cout. So cout is part of IO stream. It is used to display the output on the standard output device monitor, and here it is along with the insertion operator. See, insertion operator means right shift operator. We have to use it here. Same example here, I think I need not explain again. So I wrote hash include IO stream. I said already you need not put .h here. Then default mandatory statement using namespace std. You have to write it above the main. Then I gave int main, open bracket, declared a string, cin, read the input, give the output and return 0. Okay, so this is how we give the output using cout. We have to use insertion operator. Don't get confused. Cin means inside, this side. Cout, so outside. The face is towards outside, right? And the important point here, same like cin, you can also print multiple statements in a single cout statement. You can print multiple statements in a single cout statement. See, I can give like this: cout name equal to double quotes. Again give this. Again give insertion operator. Here you give the variable name and semicolon. Okay, every line in program should end with semicolon. So what will happen here? Whatever is the value in the name, that will print here. So output will come something like this: name equal to Raj. Okay, so output will come like this. So you can give like this, and you can, and if you want to print output in different lines, let's see, I want to print multiple outputs, so I can give name, double quotes here, name, again close, again give this, then write the actual variable name like this. Again you give here age colon in double quotes. So whatever you put in double quotes will come as it is in the output screen. Then you give here actual the age. When you write this statement, what will happen? Output will come something like this: Raj 21 in a single line like this. But if you want to go print the output, these two statements in two different lines, Raj and 21 in two separate lines, in C program what we do? We write like this, no? We use /n. When you use /n, it prints output in new line. Same way, here we have a keyword NL, ENDL. NL stands for end line. So if you see this example here, cout name colon name, NL, again I gave age equal to age, NL. So NL is kind of a connector. It is used to print the output in the, it is used to give the output in the next line. Move the cursor to the next line of the output screen. Okay, so I hope it is clear. Any doubts till now? So we have seen how do we read the input using cin and how to print the output in C++ using cout. And if you want to give the output in new line, you have to use endl statement, ENDL, end line. It indicates end line. When you give this, what will happen? It will print the output in different lines. So with this, we complete our concept of reading input and output using cin, cout.